Hey mamas, welcome back. If you've ever sat in the car listening to your daughter vent about a friend who made her feel awful, and you just wished you had the perfect words to help her see what's really going on, this video is for you. Today we're talking about something that I wish someone had handed me when my girls were younger: how to teach our daughters what healthy friendships actually look like. We're going to cover the green flags, the beautiful signs of a friend who's truly good for her heart, and then the red flags, the ones that quietly drain her. And most importantly, I'm going to give you real conversation starters that you can pull out anytime without feeling forced or awkward. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's do this together. Okay, why this matters. You know, those teen years are when friendships just hit different. They're not just play dates anymore. These friends are shaping how she sees herself, how confident she feels, and how she'll handle friendships down the road. Good friends, they build her up, they give her joy, and they make her feel safe to be herself. The unhealthy ones, they can leave her anxious, doubting herself, and always walking on eggshells. As a mom, we get to help her learn the difference, not by controlling who she hangs out with, but by giving her the tools to spot it herself. So that's what today's all about. Green flags. Let's start with the good stuff first. These are the green flags, the signs you can celebrate when you see them. A healthy friend celebrates her wins right alongside her. When something great happens, she's the first one to say, "I'm so happy for you," not brushing it off or twisting it and making it about herself. She talks openly and honestly. No mind games or silent treatment. No guessing what she's mad about. She respects her boundaries. If your daughter says, "I can't tonight," or "I'm really not comfortable with that," a good friend doesn't guilt her or get mad. Is trustworthy. She keeps secrets, doesn't gossip about your daughter behind her back. She builds her up. After time together, your daughter feels better about herself, not smaller. It's reciprocal. They both listen, they both support, and it's not always your daughter doing the emotional heavy lifting. Supports her in her relationships. A good friend is happy when she spends time with family or other friends, and she doesn't try to monopolize her. Time together just feels really good. She comes home energized, laughing, and lighter. When you see these, breathe a sign of relief and maybe even tell her, "I love how that friend makes you light up." One quick way to check in is to ask her, "How do you feel after hanging out with her? Happy and full or kind of tired?" That one question tells you a lot. Now for the red flags, the warning signs. And this is the harder part. These are the patterns that show up in unhealthy or even toxic friendships. You might notice constant drama. It's always one crisis after another, endless negative talk that leaves everyone exhausted. It's one-sided. Your daughter's always the one texting first, apologizing first, supporting, but it rarely comes back the other way. Jealousy or competition. When your daughter has a win, this friend downplays it or turns it into something about herself. Guilt tripping. Things like, "If you were a real friend, you'd," ... or getting mad when your daughter has other plans. Gossip and betrayal. She talks badly about other people, and chances are she's doing the same thing about your daughter. Pressure. Pushing her to do things she's not comfortable with or mocking the things that she values. Emotional drain. After hanging out, your daughter feels anxious, insecure, and worn out. Controlling behavior. Getting upset if she has other friends, canceling plans last minute if someone cooler comes along. Here's the thing. Not every flag means end this friendship today. Some friends are just immature and can grow. But when you see a pattern, that's when it's time to gently help her protect her heart. Now, for some conversation starters, how do you actually bring this up without shutting her down? Here are some of my favorite conversation starters. You can keep them in your back pocket for car rides, bedtime, or wherever you are. So try saying things like, what do you love most about your friends right now? Who makes you feel the best about yourself and why? Anyone ever made you feel left out or kind of bad lately? I'm here if you want to talk. What would your dream friend look like? You seem a little quieter after hanging out with X lately. What's that been like for you? Have you noticed any friends who really lift you up? Ever felt pressured by a friend to do something you didn't want to? What's one thing that would make you rethink a friendship? Or, mom, you can even share your own story. When I was your age, I had a friend who, and my favorite closer, how can I support you with your friends right now? Moms, the key here is to listen more than we talk. Validate her feelings. That sounds really hard. And let her come to her own conclusions. You're not fixing it for her, but you're giving her the wisdom to see clearly. Mamas, you're doing such important work just by having these conversations. You're teaching her how to choose people who treat her with the respect that she deserves. And that's a gift that will last her whole life. If this has helped you, would you give it a thumbs up and make sure to grab the free printable checklist down in the description. It has all the red and green flags plus these conversation starters so you can go through them together. Would you drop a green flag or a red flag in the comments and tell me which conversation starter that you're going to try first? I read every single one. Now make sure to subscribe if you're new here. We've got a lot more coming for raising your teen girls and young women with confidence and grace. You've got this, and I'll see you in the next one.